Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is Bar Rizal coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful like pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson we titled "The Bear is Looking to the West." Right, and if you've been watching the news right now, what's going on with Russia, Ukraine, China's involved in there. We got the U.S. China and Russia are allies, right? Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union, right, which is what Russia's trying to bring back. Because you have to think about it, Ukraine doesn't have a chance against Russia against war. Let's just be honest here. Whatever you're seeing in the news is just propaganda. Like Russia, they really want to take out Ukraine. They would have taken them out. So they want to take it back and add it to their territories or to their Soviet kingdom. You want to think of it like that. That's why they haven't annihilated them, because they just annihilate them with the flick of a button, right? The reason why this is happening is because it's prophecy, right? Russia's looking out west, and there's been talks. And right now, Russia and America are not friends. They never really were friends. Actually, they were never friends. They were just kind of like, what's the word? They had like a mutual, I guess, ceasefire, so to speak. I want to say it like that. But now that's going to get kicked off because now U.S. has to go help Ukraine, and Russia's trying to take Ukraine back. So now it's going to cause that friction, right? It's going to come back up again. So Revelation 13 and 1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns the 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy, right? Right, and the sea that the beast is standing on is the people. So right now, we just back that up with Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith, Revelation 17 and 15, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, so the whore is America, Babylon, right, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So we just back that up. Right? So the beast is NATO and the EU, right? And America and Canada are part of NATO and the EU. They're part of NATO, right? North America Trade, is it a trade organization, I believe, right? And America is part of that, so is Canada, right? And the sea, like we just read, is multitude of peoples and nations. Right, and then we read in chapter 17 that harlot, that whore, is America. That's the whore that's sitting on top of the beast. Because even though America is part of the NATO, everyone answers to America in NATO. So they're riding the beast, right? Even though they're still part of the beast, they're riding it too. At the end of the day, because they're like the head of of NATO, of the beast. But they're that whore because everyone wants to have everyone wants to take turns on her. You know, everyone wants to get a piece of her, which they are doing. They all been drinking out of her cup. Okay, and the 7 heads are the kingdom. So you got the Greeks, the Romans, the Germans, Germania Major, Germania Minor, French, the Brits, and the Spains, right? And Babylon which is America, came out of Britain. Right, that's why there's a scripture. I believe it's in Revelation. I just don't remember where, but it says you'll be roughly paraphrasing. It said you'll be ashamed of her. Right. Let's see if I can find it actually, because I don't want to butcher it. It's in Revelation. Maybe it's in Isaiah, actually. There we go. Jeremiah 50 and 12. Yeah. Jeremiah 50 and 12. Let's write that. Right? Your mother shall be sore confounded. So the mother of America is Britain, right? Shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hithermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert, right? So America's mother is Britain, okay? So that's the precept to back that up. So go back to Revelation 13. Went too far. Okay, so having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, right? And upon his heads a name of blasphemy. So when it goes into 10 crowns, right? Or 10 horns, lock. 10 horns are those European tribes. So you got the Alemanni, the Burgundians, the Franks, the Lombards, Saxons, Suevi, Visigoths, Heruli, Ostrogoths, Vandals, right? So those are those 10 horns. And those tribes still exist. They're not, the names might have been extinct, so to speak, but they're still around because the Most High says that, it's roughly paraphrased, but there's a scripture, I think it's in Genesis, that every spirit is still here, basically. And that's not exactly what it says, but basically every spirit is still here. So no people's gone. Maybe their names are gone, but they're still here. So those people are still here, and they're mixed in with the EU. So NATO and the EU, right, are the beast. So you got NATO, you got the EU. So the EU stands for European Union. So all those European nations. And I just listed 10 of them. Right? And upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Right? And why it says blasphemy is because they blaspheme the name of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Everything they do is contrary to Yahweh Shem Yoshai. It's contrary. Right? It's the total opposite. Yahweh Shem Yoshai is right. They are left. You know? Verse 2, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, where the leopard refers to the Greeks, because that was the beginning of the beast, right? Which is the Edomites. This is the beginning of their kingdom. It started with the Greeks. It actually didn't start with the Romans. It started with the Greeks. That's why the phrase, the Greco-Roman Empire, right? Greco-Roman, because it started with the Greeks first, then the pagan Rome, then the Holy Roman Empire, right? And then the last leg of it, which is America. So these guys got to rule 4 times. And these guys got to rule 4 times. They had 4 kingdoms of rulership. And they still want to try to prolong their ruling, their kingdom. They're greedy. That's how you know they're greedy. That's how you know they're the Edomites. You have to rule 4 times. You know? So when it says the leopard is referring to the Greeks, which the leopard also is Alexander the Greek or Alexander the Creep. And his feet were as the feet of a bear. So the feet is at the end of the beast. The bottom of the beast, the end of the beast, which is referring to Russia. Because the beast is going to be destroyed by Russia. That's going to be the end of the beast. It's going to be by Russia when they attack America. Right? And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the mouth of the lion is Britain, Great Britain. And the dragon gave his power and his seat and great authority. Gave him his power and his seat and great authority. We already talked about who the dragon was, right? So now, and based on this, you can see it says the bear, because that's the main point what I want to talk about. The bear is the end, or the bear is and his feet were as the feet of a bear. So the bear is the end of the beast, right? So Russia, which is the bear, is going to end the beast. And it's already starting. So now I'm going to go jump to, I think it's Ezekiel 38 and 4. Oh, sluck. Ezekiel 38 and 4. Actually, start at 3. No, start at 2. You know what? Let's start at 1. Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So that's referring to Russia. And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. So right now, if you can see, Yahweh Shem Shai is turning Gog and Magog back, which is Russia. Because before, Russia, they really didn't have, really, they weren't fighting with anybody, really. They're kind of like, they're chill. They didn't like America, but they're kind of just, making business deals, things like that. But now, all of a sudden, they're turning on Ukraine. Now they're at war with Ukraine. So now they're about war, right? Even though they claim in the media that they're losing the war, so-called losing the war, which maybe the land war, in the sense, they're losing the war because, they don't want to destroy the place. Let's just say that is true. But they don't care. Putin has an agenda. He's on a mission. Because the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, has put his hooks in his cheeks, right? In his face, right? In his jaws, right? It says, and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth. So he's turning him back to where he wants him to go. And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? So he's turning all of them. It doesn't matter. Everyone who's part of that army, everyone that has armor, anyone that has shields, anyone that has weapons, they're all going to war, right? So I just wanted to bring that out. So now we're going to go to Daniel 7 and 5. Okay, Daniel 7 and 5. And behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, which is referring to Russia again, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it, and they said, Thus saith unto it, Arise, devour much flesh, right? And it raised itself on one side is because during the time of the Medes and Persia, the Persians, the Medo-Persian Empire, right? The Medes came first, but then the Persians were the stronger of the two, of the Medes and the Persians. So they were the stronger, right? So that's why it says it raised itself on one side. But now it's reverse. Now the Medes are the stronger, and the Persians are the lesser, right? See, the Most High is all about balance, right? So now the Persians, which is Iran now today, they're the weaker of the two, right? It raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth of it between the teeth of it, and they said, Thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. And the 3 ribs refers to the 3, I believe it's the 3 lands that they took over, and also the 3 directions they conquered, they went into. Because I believe they came from the east and went into the south, north, and west. Right? Or was the other way around? They came from the west. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rise, devour much flesh. Right? So you can see these prophecies are unfolding now. Now the Most High is putting the spirit on the bear, or Gog and Magog, or the Medes, to devour flesh. That's what it says, devour much flesh, which is what they're doing right now with the war that's going on. And it's going to continue. The Most High is going to keep that spirit on them. Hosea 13 and 8. I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelps. It will rend the call of their heart, and there will I devour them like a lion. The wild beast shall tear them. So that's the type of spirit the Most High is putting on Russia. And if you've seen the videos of these soldiers and what's going on over there, yeah, they are moving like a bear. They are devouring like a lion. Right? They're devouring like a beast. They have no mercy. And the Ukrainian people are their own people. So they have no mercy for Ukrainian people, which are their own people. What do you think they're going to do to these Jakes in America that are going to have to go to war. They're gonna take their time with you. They're not gonna kill you quick, right? So this is the spirit the Most High put on them, because he has work to do, right? He has to unfold and bring forth the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai's prophecies, because now we're in that time. So you can see it as I'm reading in the scriptures that it's unfolding before our eyes, right? Which, Barak Yahweh Shem Shai, that means we're almost out of here. Almost. Doesn't mean we're out of here yet, because the MOTB still has to be presented. There's no chipping stations, so that stuff hasn't happened yet. So we're not out of here yet. But we're in this part of the story. We're getting close, very close, right? Isaiah 13 and 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So that's what happens right now, the Medes. That's Russia. That's the Russians, right? So you can see the spirit. If you watch the videos, like I said, you can see the spirit that these Russians are coming in. They don't care about money. They're on a mission, man. They like killing. Like, they get off on it. They enjoy it. They like torturing. There was one video where I saw them. They crucified a man. They nailed him to a cross, right? And then lit him on fire. I was like, damn. That's how you know they're the Edomites. But the Russians are a different, a tribe of the Edomites, because they are different than the American Edomites. They're totally different. The Russians are on a whole different level, right? And that's the people that the Most High is using to go to judge Babylon, because they're coming for Babylon next. That's who they're going to come after next when they deal with Ukraine. Because right now it might look like Russia's losing, but they will beat Ukraine and take over that place, because that's prophecy. Prophecy doesn't say that they're going to be stopped, right? It doesn't say that they're going to be stopped. So they're going to, whether Ukraine somehow fights them back and there's no more war, eventually it's going to happen where the Most High is going to put the spirit back on them. Let's say that does happen, and they're going to go after America. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to take Ukraine, and that's going to be part of their federation. They're going to move next to West, but we'll see what happens. But the point is that they won't be stopped, because the Most High is doing this. Yahweh Shem Shai is putting the spirit on them to do these things. So now we're going to Jeremiah. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. We're almost out of here. Jeremiah 51 and 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his device, like I was just saying, for his device, for the Most High, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai's device is against Babylon to destroy it. So like I said, it doesn't matter what happens with Ukraine, whether they take it or whether they don't. They're still going to keep moving forward and go after Babylon, which is America. I read this again, Jeremiah 51 and 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple, right? Which his temple is also Israel, and more importantly, the elect, right? Because temple is house. And who's in his house? Israel. But the elect are in his house right now, because the 2/3 are not in his house. So the 2/3, the elect want vengeance. They want Babylon destroyed because they hate it. They hate Babylon and everything it's done to the whole planet. Really, they hate the whole planet, but it's because they hate the whole planet because of Babylon, because Babylon is the center of wickedness, right? So it needs to go. So that's why they're with Yahweh Shem Shai when they're coming, when he's coming with that spirit, when he's putting that spirit on the Medes to destroy Babylon. They're with it. If anything, they want it to happen faster, right? And we do want it to happen faster because it needs to go. This place is fucking wicked. Jeremiah 51 and 28 is the last one. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. Right? I'll read 29 too. And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. And that's true, because if you read stuff, America's they're not trying to fight Russia. They don't want to fight Russia. As you can see the way they're moving, they're not directly dealing with Russia. They're indirectly dealing with Russia. They'll give weapons to these people, that people, right? Everyone around them, surrounding them, but they won't deal with Russia directly because they already know if they get in a fight with Russia, they're going to fucking lose. Because everyone knows about the Russians. The Russians, you don't fuck with them, right? Right? Russians don't play. They don't play around. There's no games. So anyways, as you can see, we're almost out of here, man. We're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. You got to keep strong and keep pushing. Ask Yahweh Shem Yoshai to increase your spirit, increase your, just increase you. If you feel tired some days, ask Yahweh Shem Yoshai for the strength, because we're almost out of here. You can't get lazy now. You can't get tired now. You can't get cold now. You can't get warm now. You got to stay hot. Whatever your hot is, you got to stay hot, okay? So I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect, and shalom till next time.